The Digital Recipe Sidekick, or DRS, has an interactive recipe reader that you control by voice commands. Here you see the screen for cooking blueberry muffins. There's a variety of things you can ask the recipe reader. You can ask what the current step is, what the next step is, or ask to skip to a particular step number. And in response, the DRS will read to you that step and any ingredients that are first mentioned in the recipe. You can also ask about specific ingredients. You can say how much or how many, and it will tell you that ingredient. You can also ask questions that are about the steps. For example, you might ask, how hot do I preheat the oven? And it could read you the step that mentions how hot you preheat the oven. The name of the interactive recipe reader is Henry. And I will show you how you can interact with Henry in order to get him to read you the first few steps of the recipe. Now, the first thing you have to do is get his attention. And then, following that, you say your command. So, I'll begin by asking him for the next step. Henry!
Yes.
After next.
The next step is preheat oven to 400.
Henry? Step 3.
Going to step 3. Combine flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder together in a mixing bowl. It mentions 1 and 1/2 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Henry!
Yes.
After next.
I'm unsure. The next step is add milk and oil. It mentions 3/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of oil.
Henry!
What?
Repeat current.
The current step is step 4. Add milk and oil. It mentions 3/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of oil.
Now, I can also ask about specific ingredients. So, let's say I'm about to add the milk, but I don't remember exactly what Henry told me about how much milk I should put in. So I'd probably have to ask him again. Henry!
Yes.
How much milk?
3/4 cup of milk.
And finally, if, let's say you have your muffins, they're all in the pan, they're ready to be put in the oven, and you're standing in front of the oven and you have to set the oven timer. You don't want to put your muffins down to read a recipe, so you just have to ask Henry to read you off that step. So let me do that. Henry?
Hello?
How many minutes do I bake?
The answer is in step 8. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes. You are currently on step 4.
And that's it. You can interact with the recipe reader as you're cooking your recipe. And you don't have to take up any valuable counter space for a recipe. And you don't have to get your phone all dirty with your sticky hands. You can simply ask Henry questions using your voice. So that's the interactive recipe reader.